Okay, here we go again with some more formulas for you. These are some more formulas that appear on the exam for surface area and lateral area. Let's begin with surface area. And the one surface area formula that you get on the exam is the surface area for a sphere or a ball. And the formula is pretty straightforward. It's 4 pi r squared. For this question here, here's Tim again. Tim is going to be painting a wooden sphere that has a diameter of 12 inches. Well, if the diameter is 12 and the formula doesn't have the diameter in it, I need to know the radius. The radius would be half as much. It would be 6. Find the surface area to the nearest square inch. All you have to do is use the formula, and this one is a complete gift on the exam. I mean, all you had to know are two things: to split the diameter in half, and you didn't have to memorize the formula. The formula is given to you on the exam. So I guess maybe there's two more skills they want you to know: how to type it into the calculator and then how to round. So hopefully both of those skills you got locked down and ready to go. The volume would be to the nearest square inch. Well, since it comes out to be 452.38, when I round to the nearest square inch, it'll be 452 square inches. All right, lateral area. Lateral area is part of the surface area of shapes. It's the area of the sides of the shape. So in this question here off the exam, they're talking about a right circular cylinder. In other words, a can. And for this particular question, they're telling me the height is 7 and that the base has a diameter of 6. There they go again, telling me the diameter. The diameter being 6 is not as important for me as knowing the radius. The radius would have to be 3. From there, all I have to do is use the formula and finish it the right way. It says in terms of pi. That means pi will be in my answer. So let's do it. Find the right formula. Make sure you're using the right one. For this case, we're looking for the lateral area. So we're going to write lateral area is equal to of the can. So it's 2 pi r times h. And you can do this in your head actually to finish it off. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. So the answer is 42 pi, and that's where you'd slam on the brakes and finish the question that way, because it says in terms of pi. Pi is going to be in the answer, and that's as far as they want you to take the question. So what happens if they ask you to find the lateral area of a cone? Well, the formula is given on the exam. The lateral area of a cone is pi RL. And let me pretend I'm the Regents exam again. They'll tell you that the diameter of the cone is equal to 15. And they'll ask for it, let's say, to the nearest hundredth. Let's practice one of those to find the lateral area to the nearest hundredth. Well, it's impossible to do unless I know the height of the cone. Or, I'm sorry, the slant height of the cone. And that would have to be given to you on the side here, like so. So let's suppose that comes out to be 12. Alright, so there's the question. That's how it's set up. And if you divide 15 and a half, you get 7.5 for the radius, and the slant height of the cone is 12. And it would just be simply multiplying those three numbers together. Pi times 12 times 7.5. If you round to the nearest hundredth, I'm getting 282.7433388. Alright, the hundredths place is that 4. So would the 4 stay a 4, or would it move up to a 5? It would remain a 4 because the 3 is less than 5. So I guess if they really, really wanted to tease you on a question like this and make it a little bit more complicated, I mean, they could give you a cone. I mean, they could tell you the diameter was 15, and suppose they told you that the height of the cone was 10. You'd have to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the slant height. And you do that by halving the 15 to 7.5 and doing the Pythagorean theorem to determine the slant height. So 7.5 squared plus 100 is 156.25. Square rooting tells me my slant height. It's interesting, it came out to be exactly 12.5. Did not plan on that happening, but sometimes math has a funny way of working. I was expecting to see something that would be not exactly a rational number. I was looking for something that would be irrational, but apparently the square root of 156.25 comes out to be rational, as it turns out. So that would be how you begin the question, and then how you would finish would be pi times 7.5 times 12 and a half. And then round to the accuracy that they wanted. So that's how they could make this question just a little bit more complicated. And the Pythagorean theorem is bound to show up on the exam at least once, I would imagine. It would be a bad exam if the Pythagorean theorem didn't show up. That's the Rolls Royce of geometry formulas. All right, that's it for lateral area and surface area. Keep on studying. Do the best you can.